Is my all on? I'm still just trying to figure this whole thing out. How's everyone today? You guys hear me okay? I'm still trying to figure out this whole micro. Hello, hello. Hey, Boo, can you hear me okay? I'm still trying to figure out this microphone thing. I don't know if it's working. Oh, thank you. All right, cool. I wanted to pull up a clip really quick before we started. How was everyone today? Good. I love these headphones. I got them on sale. It's way better without my AirPods on. Thank you. Oh, hey, artist. That's the person helping me with my website. Hello, Maria. Yeah, I don't want my thumbnail to. I hope it's not clickbait. That's not my intent. I didn't want to talk about Tim Pool, but he really bothers me. So I'm going to give my 2 cents, whether he likes it or not. I really don't care about Tim Pool. Tim Pool is just a right-wing grifter. Hello, Supernova. He had some weird. Hold on. Cool. Yeah, he's a nut. So this is why I want to talk about. Cool. This is why I want to talk about Tim Pool. People on the right, like Tim Pool, they're right-wing grifters. Okay? He doesn't talk about gun reform, universal health care, a living wage, affordable housing. How can we change this political system? What people like Tim Pool do is they're grifters. He realizes there is a lot of angry, pissed off white people in this country, primarily men, and that they see their version of white America going away. And what he does is that he pushes little buttons and plays on their heartstrings. Antifa, immigrants, black people, transgenders, drag shows, gay people, CRT, DEI. That's what he does. He evidently had somebody shoot at his house, which I don't want upon anybody in this country. But you know what? I don't know who that person was, and I don't care what their political affiliation was. But Tim Pool, his first thought was probably, I hope I can blame somebody on the left so I can make a couple of goddamn dollars because I'm a grifter. That was probably his first thought after the safety of his family. Now, maybe Tim Pool, maybe if we had background checks, and I don't know who the person was, maybe if that person went through a background check, they wouldn't have gotten to it. Maybe Tim Pool, if that person had mental health problems, they shouldn't have had access to a gun. Just maybe. But see, he doesn't care about that. I want some kind of gun reform so this doesn't happen to him or anybody else. But I want you to listen to this outrage. Now, keep this in mind. 43,000 people died from gun violence last year alone. I think it was 47,000 the year before, 45,000 the year before. And you know what people like Tim Pool do? Thoughts and prayers, Jesus. There's nothing I can do except thoughts and prayers. It sucks that 6-year-olds are shot and identified by their dental records, but I'm not going to give up my gun because I'm an insecure white man with a small schlong. I need to be an alpha male. He didn't say a damn thing, and he did nothing on his platform with over 1 million subscribers. Now, I want you to listen to his outrage. With that known, watch him be completely unhinged when it personally affected him. Hold on.
And she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these messages. Good for you, Tim. For you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which she's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm done with these people.
She has security just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. Shouldn't give two fucking... No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my property, and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about your house. 6th. And Tim Pool didn't give a shit about the officers. 4 that took their own lives the next year because of PTSD. Officer Sitnick died the next day. He didn't give a shit. Look in the back. Uncancelable. The white victim card. Some boogeyman is always coming after the people on the right. Antifa. Oh, Obama in a tan suit. They're coming after your guns. They're coming after your freedoms. You can't say Christmas. The transgenders in college sports. This is the bullshit that white people get every day on the right. It is constant fear-mongering of a white male loneliness epidemic. 43,000 people died last year from gun violence. And he didn't have 1 ounce of rage that he have. But when it affected him, this is what you get. When the darkness came over his house. And who does he talk about every day? Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk was a racist piece of shit. He said Harris was Black Hillary. He asked for the execution of Joe Biden. He said the blacks are taking the whites' jobs. He said, if it's a black pilot, how do I know if they're qualified? He joked about gay people being thrown out of buildings in Gaza. And Charlie Kirk told young white men to buy into the white male patriarchy and to vote for an adjudicated rapist, convicted felon president. And this is the guy that he talks about day after day after day after day. They need to be the constant victim of something. This is what they are. They're scared to death that their whiteness is going away, and he found a way to grift off of it. And I'm sick of people like this. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There was a... Where's the video I was going to show? But basically, it was videos of white women going around crying because the employee wouldn't put his name on a coffee cup. Literally crying. White women sitting in their car crying. Just think about this. I don't want what happened to that podcaster to happen to anybody, unequivocally. But he didn't do a damn thing about it. He said that dead Americans is worth the cost of the Second Amendment. Those were his words. He just didn't think somebody else. He thought everybody else would be the cost. But now that white people said, oh, wait, I thought it would be the minorities, the immigrants, the Muslims, the blacks, oh, the gay people, the transgenders. They thought the cost of life would be somebody else. And the moment they got a fraction of an inch of what it's like to be black in this country, they lost their shit. And they're crying, I don't know what to do. This is what they do. I made a video. Where is it? Here it is. Hold on. I'll show you. Watch. Here we go. Watch. I made a video about this a couple months ago. Like, this is the stupidity. Hold on.
Actually, you need a name.
Charlie Kirk.
$3.75, okay?
Oh, but can you write the name on the cup?
The sticker won't print.
Oh, you can't write on it?
I could, but I could write Charlie
Why can't you write the whole name?
because it's political.
Political?
Yes, yeah. Let me start your piece for you, okay? And it's going to be $3.75 today.
You know what? Forget it. I don't want it.
Charlie Kirk's name, that they have no idea why this is happening and they're going to be investigating it.
Yes.
But I expect more than just a statement to Fox News. Let me make that clear. I expect more than just a statement to Fox News or every single one of these Starbucks cups. I'm going to get rid of them all.
Oh, wait. This is how stupid his people are. She bought dozens of Starbucks cups at $30, $40 a pop. And she's going to show Starbucks by getting rid of the cups that she bought. This is how stupid these people are.
And you will never see my business ever again.
Oh, no.
And I can guarantee you that I'm not alone.
Oh, no.
You know what, Starbucks? I think that you should make that drink called the Charlie Kirk drink.
Oh.
It's not like you have done that with celebrities and other people who you wanted to stand for in the past. Because right now, Starbucks, you haven't done enough. But I'm glad to hear that you didn't actually issue a policy on it. Please make sure you email this and send in a complaint because every single person should be appalled by this, especially if you're a Christian.
In 2024. Really? Let's look at the gun violence last year. I was wrong about last year. Last year, there was 41,040 gun deaths. 504 mass shootings. Between 0 and 11, 251. 12 to 17 years of age, 1,187. Officers killed or injured, 325. But what does this racist Karen do? You better, Starbucks, and my white privilege, you better know what's better. You don't understand the white women that are victims of nothing. She doesn't give a shit. If you're a Christian, what does this have to do with Jesus? I just want to know. What does Jesus have to do with Charlie Kirk, the guy who asked for the execution of Joe Biden? She wants to buy into the white male patriarchy. That is what women like her do. And she is so used to her white privilege that she will take something that is so stupid, like the name of a racist podcaster. There's more of us. While she's drinking her Starbucks. It's ridiculous. This is the people that people like Tim Pool want to get angry. They are completely emotional. This lady has never made a video about the 41,000 people that are dead. She didn't make a video about George Floyd, who was murdered by a white cop. Not a damn thing. Ahmaud Arbery, chased down by 3 white men because he had the audacity to go for a jog. Not a damn thing from this Christian. Adriana Smith, whose video I'm putting out later. They kept her corpse alive for 4 months because of the heartbeat bill. So Christian. Her infant Chance has been in the hospital for 6 months. She didn't say a damn thing about January 6th. Nothing about Senator Hortman and her dad and her husband and her dead dog. But somehow, you're only a Christian if you boycott Starbucks because they won't put the name of a racist podcaster on a coffee cup. That's just a bridge too far. But this is their version of Christianity. Being the white victim. But somebody asked me earlier about that, about Christianity. So let's look at this Christian nation, okay? For this Karen right here, because she's never going to listen to this because I'm not Fox News. The middle passage, when we brought black people over here, 1.4 million died. They were on there shackled for 6 months on the bottom of boats and thrown into the ocean when they died. Such a Christian nation. The Trail of Tears. We forced Native Americans off their land. 18,000 died. And we just threw them in the dirt. Christian nation. 8,000 to 10,000 black people died from lynchings. Christian nation. Black babies were used as alligator bait. Christian nation. There was a population of 50 to 100 million Native Americans. This was their land. And by 1900, it was about 200,000. What a great Christian nation. We lose 41,000 people a year to gun violence. And there's nothing we can do because we're such a Christian nation. The founding fathers said that black people made in the image of God, that we're all created equal. Right? We're all created equal, but not the black man because they were born differently. Christian nation. The Second Amendment. You could argue it was written because they didn't want slaves to get their freedom in Virginia. I'm going to make a video about that. Such a Christian nation. 1,800 Asian Americans died in internment camps just because they were Asian. Such a Christian nation. And now, Karens like her and Tim Pool, these Pharisees, because we're such a Christian nation, put a man who rapes women in the White House because he's a Christian. When you hear that, it means that they're white. That they buy into the white male patriarchy. And I'll give you an example on one of my videos. Hold on. I haven't released it yet. I think it's still private, but I think I can watch it. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. What? Hold on a second. Confirm. But that's what this is about. And Giggy, you're right. The original version of MAGA was the Sanhedrin that crucified Jesus in the name of God, because Jesus wouldn't conform to their religious ideology. He was woke. He fed people. He cured the sick. And when MAGA was given a chance between Jesus and Barabbas, the murderous insurrectionist, they chose Barabbas. And in the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel, was it 8? They chose an earthly king. In 2016, they chose an earthly king. In 24, they chose an earthly king. They don't want God. They want to be ruled over by a man, an earthly king. That's what they've. Hold on. All right, here we go. Now, this is why. Now, this is the white male patriarchy. Watch. This is why when people say, why do women buy into it? This is why.
Here are 6 powerful ways to honor your husband.
Ooh.
First, speak highly of him, especially when he's not around.
Wow.
Second, respect his decisions, even if you do it differently.
Third, thank him often for how he provides, how he leads, how he spiritually covers, and how he tries.
Fourth, pray for him daily and powerfully.
Fifth, stay physically affectionate, not just sexually, but in many different ways.
Sixth, back him up in front of the kids. Unity builds trust.
Tell me you're in an unhappy marriage without telling me you're in an unhappy. What the hell is that? Like, this is the bullshit they buy into. This is why when people ask, why do women vote against their own best interest? That's why. Their entire channel is about a woman kissing the ass of her husband. Yes, daddy. Oh, can I rub your feet? Oh, I know I cleaned the house and took care of the kids and changed diapers and did the laundry and made you lunch and made you breakfast and I haven't slept in 3 days. But please, can I clean your underwear by hand because I want to serve my man? It's sick. But this is what a lot of white women buy into. They took one chapter out of the Bible and said a woman should be submissive to her husband. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my wife is not my servant. Her name is on our business. She's my boss. I don't care. I'll clean toilets. I don't give a damn. I do the shopping. I do all the cooking. I did, 2 loads of laundry yesterday? Who cares? But there's too many men that think that that is somehow masculinity. And that's who people like Tim Pool and Charlie Kirk reached out to. That's why you see so many angry, pissed off men. Because they see diversity, they see women in places of power, the vice presidency, CEOs, CFOs, and they're scared. Yeah, you're right, blue collar. We're equal. We're the same. Me and my wife, she's my best friend. Perfect? No. But we're equal. Equally yoked, if you would. But people in the evangelical church don't see it that way. They want to put their thumb on women, on black people, on immigrants, on minorities. That's what Project 2025 is. That's what the Heritage Project is. It is a straight, white Christian America. And it's not Christianity. It's white supremacy. Dressed in a gold cross in a Bible. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with faith or God. And it's gross. Let me find my thumbnail for that. Actually, my thumbnail is pretty good on that one. Hold on. Yeah, you're right, Bubba. Sometimes it's 60-40. Sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes I do all of it. Sometimes she does all of it. Where's my thumbnail? Oh, here it is. Oh, you're going to like this one. This is a good one. I'll put this up on the prompter here. But yeah. That's what white evangelicals want. People like Tim Pool. It just is. They view their wife as a servant. And sadly, a lot of these MAGA women have low self-esteem. Yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. This is a fact. This is who they are, and they buy into it. And some of it's generational. They see it from their mom, their aunt, their grandma, their cousins, sisters, in-laws, and they don't have the ability to walk away. This is why men are angry. When they saw a black woman as vice president, it scared the hell out of them. And it scared the hell out of people like Tim Pool. It just did. And he just goes on these culture war tangents, which is, it's total BS. Total culture war BS. That's all it is. It's just, it's sick. It's really sick. I mean, but look at the country. 249 years. 50% of our country are women. And we've still never had a woman president. We literally picked a rapist, an adjudicated rapist in a court of law, a felon, a man that cheats on his wives, over the most qualified black woman in the history of our country, because they didn't want a woman to run the country. I didn't like her laugh. Oh, she slept her way to the top. So if a black woman sleeps with a man 40 years ago, she's not qualified. But if a white man rapes women and cheats on his wife, somehow he's a real man and he's a leader and he was chosen by God. It's funny how that works, right? It's fascinating how it works. It's disgusting. It really is. But this is why we're here. His removal of professional titles to primary female-dominated professions. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the nurses. You're right. And I get pissed off at the Democratic Party and reporters. Like, this lard ass is calling women "shut up, piggy" on an airplane. And not one goddamn journalist had the balls to say anything. Tell him to fuck off. Go ahead. Kick me off your plane, fat ass. Do not speak to women that way. Where's the Democrats? This is the problem I have with the Democratic Party. How many Democrats came out and said, listen, you rapist, you felon, you can't even keep your own marriage together. Who are you to call a reporter fat? Piggy. Just give me the name of 4 Democrats that said that. None. 0. This is the problem with the Democrats. When you have a squeaky door hinge and you don't put WD-40 on it, it's going to continue to squeak. And that's where the Democratic Party shits the bed. Every time. They have no fight. They want to be moderate. We have to win the midterms. I'm in a Democrat +1 district. I can't say anything. I might not get elected. So they would rather stay silent and get reelected than stand up for women. It's disgusting. They're 2 sides of the same coin. And every time I criticize Democrats, the blue MAGA always has an issue with it. The Democrats and Republicans are 2 sides of the same coin. Whether we want to acknowledge that or not, it is a fact. I don't understand how that McDonald's eating fake mobster. Oh, speaking of which, hold on. I like making these thumbnails because I'm not very good at them, but hold on. This one's going out on Saturday. You'll like this one. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Is it in here? Hold on. Here it is. Here we go. I mean, yeah, it's because he's white. Yeah. This guy isn't qualified to work at a McDonald's. How does that go? Hey, Mr. Trump, I see you are an adjudicated rapist. I see that you cheat on your wife. Oh, I see that you have 6 bankruptcies. Oh, I see that you call women piggy. Oh, I see you caused an insurrection, and instead of stopping it, you let officers get beaten, sir. This dude isn't qualified to flip a goddamn hamburger. But, sir, you're not qualified to work at McDonald's. This is what I would suggest because you're a felon. Why don't you go apply to be president because you're white, sir? I mean, that's where we are as a country. It's an absolute joke. It's a joke. It's a disgrace. It really is. I voted for John McCain, and I voted for Obama, and I voted for Bush. I voted all across the aisle. And I could disagree with their policies, but they all had decency and integrity and morality. And this country has completely thrown it out on some level just because they couldn't vote for a black woman, and that's a shame. And people like Tim Pool and the Ben Shapiros, and they've grifted off of it. That's all it is. Do you want the transgenders? And now you have the people in Minnesota, the Somalians. Like, what the hell? What did they do? Right? Oh, they're taking over your white culture. They're coming in. Them, they, them. They're invading your country. I don't know what Steven Crowder. I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. Yeah, and that's the problem. Somalians have done nothing wrong. But look at the election of the Orange Pig and look at the election of Zoran Mamdani. In both elections, the only major demographic that didn't vote were white people. The majority voted for Trump and the majority voted for Andrew Cuomo. Think about that. White people didn't, in a majority, vote for Zoran Mamdani. Now, let's look at his policies. Hold on. You can tell me what's so horrible about this stuff. Oh, no, not freezing the rent. You want to make rent affordable? Oh, no, the whores. Oh, you want affordable housing? Oh, no, please stop it. You're radical. Oh, you want to crack down on bad landlords? Oh, my God, you're such a radical leftist. Ending deed theft. Oh, no, you don't want to screw people out of owning their own house? City-owned grocery stores? You want grocery stores affordable? You want free buses? You mean you want to use my taxpayer dollars to actually benefit me? Oh, no, the whores, please. No, make it stop. Holy shit, no, please. No, no, no. He's a communist. K through 12, he's hiring 8,000 teachers, 7,000 to 9,000 teachers. Oh, no, please. Don't make sure our children have enough education. Oh, you want to raise minimum wage? Holy shit. Oh, my God. Oh, this is so horrible. Oh, communism is coming here. Like, it's bullshit. And then he wants to give, what is it, a basket to childcare right here? He wants to give 125,000 New Yorkers a place for their baby to fucking sleep. That's radical? That's radical. Are you kidding me? But people like Tim Pool, they don't care about this. What they do is they say, ooh, he's not white. How can I piss off white people? Oh, look, white America is going to be taken away. Pretty soon, Muslims are going to own the whole country and your white culture is going away. That's what people like him do. It's bullshit. It's grifting to white people's anger. That a white minority is coming right down the pipeline, and you better keep voting for white people on the right, or else you're going to lose America. That's exactly why we're here as a country. And the people like the podcast America, it's bullshit. Oh, no, it's not. It's the cost of living. No, it's not, dumbass. They don't want to talk about it. This is why we're here. Let me see if there was a clip from, hold on. What was it? Was it Pod Save America or Simone Sanders? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I think it was Pod Save America or something. Hold on. I think a lot of people don't realize that the function of the government is to make people's lives better. They would rather give their money. Yeah, listen, I understand the desire for a balanced budget, and I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't want to overspend. But the government is not a corporation. It is not designed to be profitable. It is supposed to make our lives better. Now, if that means that they have to go into debt a little bit, Bill Clinton is the last president with a balanced budget. Almost every Democratic president, yeah. Does it go up a little bit? Sure. but it creates jobs and the economy is always better. They're always cleaning up for the mess that the Republicans create. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on 1 second. Let me find this clip. Give me 1 second. I got to see if I can find this clip. Races. Hold on. I just got to find this one clip. I don't know if I could find it, but basically, he's up there with Simone Sanders, and she said people voted for a man because of racism. They were never going to vote for the black woman. And the guy from Pod Save America, whatever his name is, it's oh no, it was inflation. It was the price of tennis shoes at Target. So what's happened since the election? Inflation's gone up, the price of living's gone up, and what do you hear? Oh, it's only his first year. Do you think that if Vice President Harris was president and inflation has gone up, if eggs went up, if gas went up, they would say, oh, it's only her first year, just give her a few more years? No, not a chance in hell. 0% chance. Because it was never about inflation. It was about the white man. It just was. That was on stage. Hold on. I can't find the clip. Yeah, they don't care about the price of eggs. They don't care about the price of gas. It was Nicole Wallace. Where is it? There he is. This is the guy. Hold on. Let me pull this one clip because you're going to like this one. It was with, here it is. This guy, I want to interview him. If you're going to listen to one clip on this episode, listen to this. Eddie God is an incredible, I think I might say this right. Glod, I'm sorry. He's completely right. And I want you to listen to this clip because this guy absolutely speaks facts. He's right.
Is it confounding? I mean, I guess I don't want it to be confounding to me more, but I do not understand why a team of people not known anywhere on the planet for competence digs in on the things where they are the ones on the record nodding to their own incompetence.
Mm-hmm. I think ultimately, they follow the rule that don't own a mistake, double down.
But they already did. They said it was a
mistake. That was the mistake, right? So I've gotten to the point where I'm asking myself this question. Widen the aperture for a quick second. I don't know what it's going to take for the American people, for 78 million Americans, to deal with what motivated them to make the choice to elect this man again, to make the choice that will allow these people to undermine every fundamental assumption we have, that you could just be disappeared. And then they can argue that, a court is getting in the way of their ability to exercise, foreign policy in some ways, right? I don't know what it's going to take for 78 million Americans to deal with what motivated them to make this choice. And the choice that they've made, we have to just be honest, is to literally throw the Republic into the trash bin. And this is just one example. The tariffs is another, right? They made the choice. Now, what was behind it? We have to grapple with it because it's the snake, it's the beast
This is the part that I want you to hear.
coiled up in the heart, the bosom of the country, as Frederick Douglass said. And the fact that they are doubling down on this shows you what kind of human beings they actually are.
Say more.
We chose a felon who is more interested in loyalty, who's more interested in retribution, who's more interested in grift than in democracy. And we chose a felon because we didn't want to elect a Black woman. So to read that, to actually explicate that, is to say we would rather destroy the Republic than for that to have happened. And until we grapple with it, there's no amount of protesting I could do. There's no amount of resistance that could come into play to actually force 78 million people to grapple with what motivated them to put themselves in this position.
And I think you're getting at how we're going to have to go through the next 4 years, right?
The dude's right. And this is why I do this. This isn't about eggs. It's not about the price of gas. It's people like Tim Pool, like the Candace Owens, the people on the right that are scared to death that the white majority is going away. 77 million people, and many people in my life and your life, didn't give a shit about rape, pedophilia, felonies, insurrection, dead officers, making fun of John McCain, who was a fucking hero. He asked for the execution of 5 Black men in New York City. He spent $15,000 asking for their deaths. Had dinner with Nick Fuentes, a white supremacist, in his fucking house. Questioned the birth of Barack Obama. Went into 15-year-old girls' locker rooms and looked at him naked and said, yep, that's the guy I want because I'm not going to be ruled over by a Black woman. We have to stop bullshitting why we're actually here. We keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Part of this country would rather suffer under a white man than thrive under a Black woman. That is the fucking truth. It is. It is not about the price of goods. What are you seeing in this country? Taking away the slavery in the Smithsonian? Now, Black History Month? How many MAGA get pissed off at Black History Month? Why are we renaming military bases after a piece of shit Robert E. Lee who literally defended slavery? Why did we vote for a white adjudicated rapist? But somehow brown people that are undocumented, that have been here for 40 years, picking your almonds, why do we get off and rejoice at their suffering and blame them for our lives? Why do you have people like Ben Shapiro who joke about pardoning Derek Chauvin, who murdered a Black man, on TV? DEI? Why is it that we put a racist podcaster on Air Force 2 and kissed his ass like he was fucking Jesus? Where was the Ahmaud Arbery bill? Why is it that when 1,500 white people beat officers, plead guilty to it, they get pardoned? But if a Black man kneels and peacefully protests, he's a son of a bitch and never gets to play football again. Why did Pete Hegseth give a medal to the murderers of Wounded Knee who murdered 250 innocent women and children? Lakota. It's racism. That's what it is. Part of this country didn't like a Black man in the White House instead of out in the fields picking their cotton. And we can dance around it all we want. Yep. Very fine people. Yeah. There's a lot of very fine white supremacists. The best of the best. Nothing but the best here, right? I mean, what else do we need to see? That's why we're here. Go look at the clips from the Zoran Mondami race. You saw Ted Cruz. I'll show you. Watch. Yeah, right here. Watch. Oh, where is it? Oh, look at that. That is Ted Cruz. That is a senator. That's how he spoke about Zoran. Do you know the guy that wants affordable housing, baskets for newborns, 8,000 new teachers? Because he's brown. It's about racism. Is this it? Nope. Hold on. Let me find that clip really quick. There was a clip from Andrew Ogles. Where is it? Hold on. Give me a second. Ah, here it is. This is Andy Ogles. He's a MAGA white supremacist. I think he's out of, I don't know where the hell he's at. Arizona? Oh, there's no sound? Oh. Because he's brown. So this piece of shit, Andrew Ogles, they're afraid of not white people taking over their country, my friends. It's sick. It was like a 23-second clip of the airplanes on 9/11 running into the towers. And I've been there twice. It's a somber thing. But this is what they're saying. They're basically saying because an immigrant is the mayor of New York City, that all of a sudden, all these brown people are just going to destroy your white America. I mean, it's just what it is, friends. Look at the Cinnabon lady, the N-word. What happened? She raised $120,000 for calling people the N-word. A couple months ago, the lady in the park calls people the N-word. She gets raised like $1 million. Literally, we are rewarding white people for being racists. And we're electing them president. You want to see the worst one? This was my video the other day. Watch. This isn't like a one-off thing, my friends. This is an ongoing thing. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Now, this lady is really unpleasant, but she is an actual person running for a congressional seat in Texas. Hold on. All right, ready? This is an actual clip. And she's running for some Congress. And of course, it's powered by Jesus. Hold on. It's powered by Jesus. Now keep that in mind when you watch this, because it's disgusting.
Texas, I'm officially filed to become your next congresswoman. So the choice is yours. Vote for me so we can kick every dirty Muslim out of Texas. Save your daughters from getting raped by Muhammad and protect our soldiers from getting murdered in broad daylight. Let me be very clear. We will make Texas the worst place for groomers, terrorist Muslims, pedophiles, and illegals to live in, so help me God. For me, this is just an election. But for you and your daughter, this is your life. Because Texas has only gotten more Muslim under these weak Republicans. New York City already fell to Islam. So did Michigan and Minnesota. And you're next in line. If Texas falls to Islam, it's simply because you didn't vote correctly. God bless you all.
Yes. Powered by Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Right? Praise Jesus. This is their version of Christianity. This racist, anti-Semitic bullshit is their version of Christianity. Just like they believe that this racist country is a Christian nation. Did you see Tim Pool call her out? Did the orange pig in the White House call her out? Did J.D. Vance call it out? No, because they love it. They love this shit. And that's what they promote. Yet last night, who did he talk about? Ilhan Omar. That she married her brother. That she should be deported back to her country. Yeah, she's from America. Somebody asked about Muhammad. It's a racist trope because you're Muslim. That's it. So are white people terrorists because of January 6th? What if Europe put a travel ban on white people because of January 6th? How would we feel about that? That's what they're doing. And she is from Colombia. She's an immigrant herself. I don't know. It's a good question. I haven't seen it. She made a video where she was shooting a dummy in the head, pretending it was an immigrant. She's a vile human being. She made another video where she has a flamethrower on a Quran. But somehow, if you rape women, you get to be president. Praise Jesus, right? Powered by Jesus. My friends, this is where we are. That's what this is about. They're scaring white people that the brown people are going to take over your way of life. Yeah, they're probably okay with Benjamin Netanyahu because they're unwilling to see two sides of it, Mario. I've made my thoughts about Netanyahu very clear. Israel has a right to defend itself, but you don't murder 80,000 people, including 20,000 children and a couple hundred reporters, and say you're defending yourself. That's bullshit. He should be buried under the fucking prison and left to rot. And one day, he could join Jeffrey Epstein. See? It's not hard, Cory Booker. Hakeem Jeffries, it's not hard. 20,000 children died in Gaza. And you all are getting money from Israel AIPAC, so you shut your mouths. You're complicit in it. And you're right, Mario. Both parties are complicit in where we are as a society. They are. It's sad, but that's where we are. And we have too many people that are blue MAGA that still simp for the Democrats. But that's too bad. Until we realize that they are two sides of the same coin, we're not going to progress as a society. There was a hold on. Was it Poropoly? I actually made this really cool thumbnail. I love my thumbnails because I'm not very good at I'm not good at Canva, really. I mean, I can kind of work around a little bit. I'm getting better, but oh wait, you know what? It's not in here. Hold on. I'll show you. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Aha. So I actually made this from scratch, believe it or not. It took a little while, but I really like it. Like, yeah, I double talk a lot, Patrick. It's something I've done since I was little. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better at it. You mean like saying the same thing more than once? But the reality is we have a lot of rich people that are screwing us all. There's a handful of rich people and a lot of poor people. Now, one side of the aisle, the Democrats, you'll give me a chance. Oh, thanks, Patrick. That's so nice of you to give me a chance. Whatever. Anyway, that see that rich people are screwing us and we want to tax them. And you have the Republicans that have convinced their voters that it's the brown people, it's the black people, it's the Muslims, it's the immigrants, it's the transgenders, it's the gays. And we're here because one side doesn't want to fix the problem. People like Tim Pool feed into that narrative. They just do. And nothing gets done. Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, don't vote for themselves. They vote against the Democrats. There is a difference there. They don't care if they're eating garbage on the side of a street, homeless. They're going to vote Republican because it's a vote against you. Yes, the Democratic establishment are blue MAGA. Latinos for Trump. This is my opinion. I am not an expert because I'm white. From people that I talk to, it is proximity to whiteness. There are some Latinos and black people in this country that thought if they kissed the ass of the white man, that he would let him into the membership club. I mean, that's just the truth. I wish it was more complicated, and it's not. They thought that if they wore a MAGA hat, that they would be accepted. Hey, Sauron. And now they're finding out, oh, you're deporting me, but I voted for you. Well, thanks for your vote. You were a token. I got what I wanted from you. Now I'm going to do my real agenda, which is make America white again. Look at how many Latinos have been deported now. One of them owned a Trump store. They got deported. Literally had a store. They got deported. Somalians voted for Trump. Now he's calling them enemies of the people. All of the non-white people that supported him at some point or another, they are going to end up under the bus. It's inevitable. They're going to find out the hard way that being close to whiteness doesn't make you white. And the white people won't care who you voted for or how you voted. All they care is that you don't look right and it's our country, not yours. And they're going to have to learn the hard way. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and Swalwell, because they're establishment. They're establishment. Eric Swalwell didn't even vote no on the Charlie Kirk bill. He no voted. He was a coward. He was. And I called his office and he didn't answer. He's a coward. I'm sorry. I like Eric. I think he's a nice guy. I don't want a nice guy serving me. I want someone that's pissed off, that's angry, that's going to fight for the people. I want someone that's not going to take money from corporations or APEC. I want someone that's going to tell Trump to suck it, you fat lard ass. You're an adjudicated rapist and a felon. How dare you insult the immigrants? That's what I want somebody to say in the Democratic Party. Why is it so goddamn hard? They just don't have the backbone. Jasmine Crockett, she's like a unicorn. You have like a Chris Murphy, the lady from New Mexico, Salisbury, she's great. There's not enough of them. Graham Plantner up in Maine, love the guy. That's what I want. I just don't understand. Like, people are pissed. Like, where is this anger? Like, I don't want Hakeem Jeffries giving strongly worded letters. I don't want Elizabeth Warren going on Blue Sky saying that the price of sneakers is up 12.37.8%. I don't care. I know that, dumbass. I know that prices are up. You don't have to tell me. I love Tellerico. I love it. For Texas, he's perfect. And I loved that Colin Allred jumped out of the race to let that boss queen run for Senate. That's what I want to see, is people putting their ego aside. That's masculinity. He didn't have an ego. He knew that she's a leader, and she goes, you know what? She's the queen. Let her reign. Good for him. I respect that man for that. That's incredible. I hope he runs for Congress. So, anyway. All right, my friends. Why are AOC and Zohran Mahdavi backing? I don't believe they're backing Hakeem Jeffries, as far as I know. They're not. Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are the establishment. They are what's wrong with the Democratic Party. They just are. And the entire Republican Party is a joke. Except for people like, I have a tiny speck of admiration for Rand Paul, and it is small. I respect the hell out of Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. I disagree with them on policy, but they had the balls and the backbone to stand up and do the right thing at the cost of their own jobs. I respect the hell out of that. Oh, my pumpkins? Yeah. There's a lady. Oh, yeah, these? Her name is, aren't they cute? She makes these by hand. Her name is Kat Burns. She, there was a show on Netflix, with the glass blowing. And she does these too. I don't sell anything. I don't plug products. I just love her stuff. I'm actually buying a Christmas tree. But look, aren't these cute? These are glass. Aren't they so cute? Look at them. Hello. Every year I buy one piece from her. So yeah, she does them all by hand. Anyway, all right, my friends, it's been fun. Until we meet again, have a great day. Bye-bye.